Right. We wanted people to hear what we were actually playing without, so much modern overproduction. So many bands that you listen to the record, it sounds big and heavy, but you can't even hear what they're actually doing. It's just this big wall of production. And we wanted to strip away all that and just present people the real music as it naturally is. Like, these are what guitars actually sound like. These are what drums actually sound like. And I think some fans got it. Some fans were able to understand what they were listening to. But I think a good many didn't. So it kind of was like a dividing line right up the middle of the fans. And I didn't see that coming. In hindsight, maybe we should have thought about that. But would we have done anything different? I don't know. I really wanted people to hear what we were playing, to really give people the real thing.
So how did that choice affect your work in the studio? Did it get you to work differently? Or?
Well, with everything so clean, that means you could hear everything. That means you could hear all the little things, all the mistakes. So it meant we had to work twice as hard to get it really right. On this record, I think are the tightest, cleanest rhythm guitar stacks of any metal record you're likely to hear. Just because playing it cleaner means you hear all those little things, every little squeak, every little hand thing, every note that you maybe hit right or maybe didn't hear at all. So we kept going and getting it right, do it over and over and over again until it was exactly what we wanted to present to people. It is back to our roots, but we're doing different things with it, kind of like a familiar thing, but you do something new with it,
On that album there are some very complex and technical some structures. So I read in some previous interview you said that there are some songs that were pretty challenging for you to play on stage.
Yeah.
Like during the Tenor stage and playing. So is it still challenging, or after the shows is it okay?
Well, we're 30-something shows into this tour, and that song is still a bitch to play. I think it's the most challenging song we've ever played live. The timings, the intricacies, just keeping everything glued together is such a challenge. We had wanted to challenge ourselves and push ourselves hard, but that one is like a real bitch.
In terms of lyric stuff and the main themes, this stems from the ancient Egyptology, but you mentioned that there are some underlying modern themes. So can you tell us more about these modern themes?
Well, one that springs quickly to mind, the inevitable degradation of flesh. It is an old thing, but it applies to today as well. The main theme of the song, all those who live will die. All those who die shall rot. The whole truth of the matter is, we will all die. All of us. And we will rot. These are inevitable truths, inescapable. That was true 6,000 years ago. It's true today. Or you could look at a song called The Supreme Humanism of Megalomania.
Yeah, well, this is
Where, you could be talking about, the pharaohs, building grand monuments to themselves. But their motivations were just as simple and humanistic as the things we do today. Perhaps maybe a little more or less grand in the things we do today. Our aspirations are not as big. But it's still the same human motivations.
So next year you're celebrating your 20 years. So, after 20 years, are you satisfied with the way the band has evolved?
Wow, well that's a great question. I'm happy. I'm very happy with it. There have been many sad, heartbreaking things along the way. A lot of trials, a lot of things that caused us pain. But it is what it is. I mean, there have been many terrible things in human history.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you look back and you say, are we happy with humanity on this planet? Well,
it was during her question, so.
Yes, and there's, I'm sure, a lot of stuff we could, as the human race go. Man, we fucking suck. There's a lot of stuff that you can look at and go, we've done something really, really good. So there's things to be happy about, things to go, we could have done.
Take random shots of different things.
Okay. So can you think of any best moments in your career?
One of my favorites was Wacken in 2003, or was it 4? We were lucky enough to play right before Slayer, which is a great slot. The crowd was just amazing. And we were playing Sarcophagus, and we got to the big part near the end, and the lights that lit up the whole crowd. There were like over 40,000 people there, and that's a lot of fucking people. Holy shit! And just looking out at all those people, just united, with metal, I was like, what a feeling. Holy smokes. Any best tour? Well, I was really fond of the tour we did with Immolation and Crisian in the States, because they're two of my favorite bands ever. And I've been trying for 10 years to, get that package together so we could do that. Yeah. So, I felt pretty good. I love those guys. Great bands, incredible people. Good stuff.
Sounds good. So in the States, you're gonna tour. You're gonna play 28 shows in March and April, where you're gonna play 2 full sets. So what can you expect? Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Well, the idea addresses several things that I feel really strongly about. One, with only an hour set allotted, when you're on part of a big package, there's a whole lot of songs that don't get played because they're just simply not on time. And there's bands that have been wanting to hear some of these songs for a long time, and they actually get pretty vocal about it. So we wanted to play these other songs we haven't played in a long time, not just for us but for the fans. So we were trying to figure out how the fuck to do it, and really it came down to we just have to build the whole tour so that we have longer to play, so we can, try to present songs from our entire history. Another thing that was really important to us, a lot of these big package tours where you have